about you, your business. Is there anybody in this room whose prime goal of the organization is grow my business but not costs? None. And the point that I'm going to be discussing is traditional software is not the answer. And why is what we're going to be talking about. I'll introduce you to cloud computing. It's a word that all of us have heard so much, and there are so many different understandings and meanings of this word, which is very evident from the fact that some of the industries or organizations, this is what cloud computing has done to them, where they increased their wealth, reduced costs, increased the leads. What has happened is they have increased their business. And that's the reason why probably cloud computing is one of the most Googled words, probably. Look at what The Economist has to change. Cloud computing is going to change the basic way that we do business. It is going to change the way that we collaborate today to do business. Who would have imagined a few years back that Facebook would be there or Twitter would be there the way they are today? The number of subscribers at Facebook runs into millions. Did we ever dream that there would be something like this? None of us. These are some of the organizations that have, in India, that have taken on a cloud strategy. And they're seeing the kind of results that I showed you in slide 2. Why would that happen? How could they increase the business and not yet their costs? So this is what we are going to be having as agenda. We'll discuss what is cloud computing, and I'll show you what are the innovation drivers of the different paradigms of this so-called cloud computing in the CRM world. We spoke about that traditional software is not going to solve the problem. So how is cloud computing going to do that? Is it going to help us reduce that cost and yet help increase the business? And that's exactly where we as an organization come from. We believe in this. We believe that not having a software and focus on innovation is what is going to be driving the success of our customers. And how did we do that? We all know about consumer web. Each one of us has been either to a Google or a Yahoo or iTunes or the Amazons of the world. Now, think about the similarities. Do any one of you take a training on how to use Gmail or Yahoo? Raise your hands. None of you did, right? Oh my God, there was a gift for somebody who got this training. Did any one of you know the version of Gmail or the version of Amazon that you guys use? Did you have to download any software? You can customize each one of these portals the way you want to see them. And yet, when these organizations upgrade their applications, your configurations remain the same. So if all this is possible in the consumer web, why can't it be possible in the business world? Why can't we get the same definitions for the business web? Why does business applications need to be, Ashok talked about 18 months to roll out his ERP. Trust me, there are not many Ashoks in the world who can roll out their ERP. We have heard innumerable number of stories of ERPs not even going live. And, without having to say what Ashok went through, I'm sure he will admit it, that there were business changes that happened during that 18 months. Which would again need to be incorporated in the business, which took probably the money. Why can't I change my application in minutes, in clicks? And that's what the power of cloud computing can give you guys. Thousands and thousands of my customers just need this, the internet. They log on, use the username and the password, and that's exactly what you use your Yahoo or your Gmail or your Amazon to log in and start using the application. And they have been enormously successful. Because of the way this architecture is, it's important to see that my customers are successful. Because if they're not, they're not going to come back to me. I work with my customers to ensure that they're successful. Our mission at Salesforce.com, we believe that our mission is to be a cloud evangelist. Mark Benioff, our chairman, he believes in it. We believe in the product. We use it ourselves. What has happened is applications have moved to the cloud. All of us are aware of this. But now there is a new wave that's coming. And that's because our customers told us, we need your platform. We need to build applications that can run our business. And that's the reason why platforms have moved to the cloud. What is this cloud computing model? There are 3 different paradigms. These are the most important for us to understand what these 3 different paradigms are. 1, it is continuous innovation. Why would I want my customer who knows his business to worry about his IT infrastructure? I would rather have him focus on innovation. What can the IT guy not just hang wires around his neck and walk around to make sure that the servers are plugged in and running all around? Why would the IT guy not be a person who innovates the software to make sure that his sales guy is successful? That's the reason why CIOs are today called the Chief Innovation Officers, because they are now responsible for getting the innovation that can help their business. Multi-tenancy. That's one big application that today runs all my 72,000 customers. 1.6 million users use this application, can use in a single day across the globe. And it's one application, one database that supports them. You can imagine the kind of infrastructure that we have invested in on this platform. Pay as you go. Japan Post. 72,000 users at Japan Post use Salesforce every day because they run their entire business on the cloud. They did not start with 72,000. They started with a few thousand. As they grew their business, they said they wanted more licenses, more users to use the application. They didn't have to go and buy the software and the hardware. They just did a click and added users which started using the application. Transparency. We understand very clearly till our customers trust us, they will not start using the cloud or our infrastructure. We have a site called trust.salesforce.com which makes us transparent not only to our customers, but even to others who want to be our customers. This tells you how the servers are performing. This tells you what is the time it takes for a round to our servers and back, which is less than 300 milliseconds. I would encourage each one of you to go there and have a look. We are transparent. If by any chance the servers do go down, we make it available on our trust site because we are. Cloud is not for just enterprise or for the small little organizations. It serves companies of all sizes, whether it be the mom and the pop shops or whether it be the enterprise organizations like Japan Post and Dell and Citibank. Everybody can use the cloud. They have been enormously successful. There are customers in India who have gone live in 2 weeks from the time they said go. That's the power you need. You need to be ahead of the game, ahead of the competition. You need to be able to change based on what your environment is. That's what the software needs to enable you. Fast business results. You need results. You need an ROI on what you are investing in days and weeks. Why would you want to wait for months and years to get a return on what your investments are? And that's what the cloud, if you have a cloud strategy, that is what it's enabled for your organization. I spoke about some paradigms of this. We saw what the consumer web does for you. So what is there for the business web? Its applicability. There are 7 different paradigms, and let's go through each one of them. Real time, global information base. You want information to be available to all your sales guys, to all your support guys, the time that they need it. How many times have you heard from your sales guy, oh, I didn't know about that? You need to empower your sales guys. You need to empower every employee of your organization so that they can be productive. And that's what a cloud computing strategy can help you with. You need the capability to run it anywhere. I told you, I use Salesforce as my own internal CRM, and I can use my BlackBerry or my PDA to actually log in and know about my customer just before I walk into this meeting. That is the power. I need intelligence reports that come to my inbox every 9 a.m. every morning as to what is happening in India. What business have I closed yesterday? Or I need the capability for my sales guys who are not so productive to learn from the others, right? That's what applications like Salesforce can help you with. Very common knowledge. On an average, a sales guy is spending 22% of his time actually selling. 78% of the time he's actually looking for information. He's traveling in India mostly, and he is looking out for more leads, more opportunities of creating reports. Don't you think if we could make this guy to be more productive by giving him more time to spend with the customers, we could probably better leverage him? Most of the business starts with a search. We need to enable the sales guy or anybody of our employees to be able to search for information. Meaningful collaboration. I spoke about how in today's world it is necessary to collaborate. You need a collaboration with the sales guy or the pre-sales guy or your marketing guy, because the customer is touched by different people. It's not only your information about your customers which comes from your CRM, but even for your ERP. How much does he owe you? How much has he paid up? What about HR? All this can happen in the cloud. Join the conversation. We are aware of the call centers across the world. What is happening now is your customers are talking about your products in the cloud. They're going to the Googles. They're searching. And that's what is happening. Companies have invested a lot of money in the infrastructure. Whether it be the huge call centers that are. But what's happening is the conversations have started happening in the cloud. Google, Facebook, Twitter. Don't you want to capture this information, which is relevant? Even at Salesforce, we have what we call our ideas site, which our customers come back to us and say, this is what I want to see in salesforce.com. Our customers are giving us ideas. And that's what we capture. It's a site. And because of this reason, we come out with our releases every year. We do about 3 releases a year. It's called Ideas Exchange. Look at the number of ideas that our customers have given them. My product management uses these ideas to say what is the roadmap of the product in the next few years. We are aware of Dell. We know where Dell is today. Dell has something called Dell Storm, where their customers come and tell Dell, and Michael Dell uses in his own words, Salesforce changed the way that Dell looked at its customers. Starbucks. We all know about the Starbucks story, how customers told Starbucks what kind of coffee they wanted, and Starbucks is back in action. The borderless enterprise. Whether you want to share information with your partners or whether you want to share information with your other customers, that is possible using cloud. IT is, nobody would disagree. It's complicated. It's slow when you're having an on-premise solution because you go through a huge amount of process. Nothing new.